Hi everyone. So as promised, I'm going to share how I was diagnosed with PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. About 8-ish years ago, my husband and I wanted to try for baby number 2. So we started trying. It had been about 2 months and I thought I was pregnant. So I made an appointment with the doctor, went to go get checked out. Come to find out, I was not pregnant. I had PCOS. And at that time, the doctors didn't know much about it. They had just learned about PCOS and were studying things that could help women with it and all of that. It had been, only a new diagnosis like 5 years prior to me getting diagnosed with it. So there wasn't a lot of answers. I had 1,000 questions for my doctor. I had gained rapid weight in a matter of like 4 months. So I thought I was pregnant, right? Like I thought, oh, right. And I had like crazy weird cravings, like weird, just crazy stuff. Well, PCOS comes with a hormone imbalance, which makes sense that I'd have all those crazy weird symptoms. And the weight gain was due to an insulin resistance that PCOS causes. Kind of makes your body think that you're diabetic when you really aren't. I also had high cholesterol, which is another symptom of PCOS. Your body thinks you have high cholesterol and you don't. I was about 198 pounds. Never had been big in my life. I was always no bigger than like 130, 135. Like all through growing up, was never a thicker girl. Thick, but not big, or chubby, I guess, whatever. So I had that. And then they told me I also had infertility problems due to the weight gain and due to being overweight. I was considered obese, which was very disheartening. And like, I had always been very athletic, very into fitness my whole entire life. So it was very, very hard. And I was very grateful that I had a very understanding doctor. She told me, this is not your fault. You did not gain all of this weight due to unhealthy eating and something that you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. This is your body fighting against you, and it's going to fight against you for the rest of your life. You are going to have to fight for better health, and it's going to be a struggle, and it's going to be very hard, and you're going to be discouraged a lot. So with the hormone imbalance, it also can come with like depression and anxiety and some mental health issues as well, and body image issues. Like I totally still to this day, sometimes I feel like I have body dysmorphia. I totally judge myself thinking that I work out as much as I do. I should look a certain way. And that's so like wrong, right? So wrong. I should not do that to myself. I don't do it to other people, so I should not be doing that to myself. I totally tell everybody that, all our bodies are different. We work out to be healthy. We don't work out to look a certain way. We work out so we can be healthy. And, so cause some infertility issues, cause cysts in the ovaries, which can make your stomach look like you're like 4 months pregnant sometimes. So I'll wake up some mornings and I'll have a 6-pack. And then other mornings I'll wake up and I look like I got a little baby in there. And that has there is no miracle cure for that. Like it's not just like regular bloating. Okay, that's from like cysts in your ovaries. That's your woman part swelling up. And there is nothing that you can do to change it. So no diuretics, no water weight. There's no controlling it. So they put me on metformin to help me lose weight. Metformin is a drug they use for people with diabetes. This drug comes with mad crazy side effects, right? So not everybody gets these side effects. I had a very bad experience with it. It gave me a lot of stomach issues. Also, I got like major muscle atrophy. So like I was not able to build any muscle, and the muscle I did have started to just disintegrate. Like I couldn't feel strong. I felt weak. I was constantly always in pain no matter how much I worked out. I'd work out 2-3 hours a day, go for crazy walks, go for all kinds of hikes and try everything, right? Nothing was working because my body was fighting me. So I got off the metformin because it caused so many underlying other health issues because of the side effects, and I just wasn't having it. I just was like, no, I can't do this. I'm not a type of person that likes to put chemicals in my body or any kind of medications unless it's like major necessity. So I told my doctor I wanted off. I didn't want to do it anymore. It was miserable. It really was. The stomach issues, I like couldn't eat a lot of certain things that I loved, like spicy food, could not have it. It was just a lot of issues that came with it. So that was one thing that did not work that the doctor did. They also put me on different forms of birth control that help balance the hormones out. Did not work. That totally actually like messed with mood swings. Like the easiest way to explain PCOS hormone imbalance, like the way it feels, is like going through menopause times like 10 is what the doctor told me, right? So it's like you get hot flashes, you get moody, you get stressed out easy, you get overwhelmed really easy, you just get like agitated and you can't control it and you try. And like through the years, I've gotten better to notice when it's happening because I can feel it like blood boiling inside. Like, and so I've just gotten better with recognizing it and knowing, okay, just stay away from people today. Like, because I'm not a mean person. I don't like to be a mean person. I don't like to like come off as like rude, and sometimes I would because I couldn't control it. I was angry. I was a little angry monster, and I have some crazy stuff going on in my body and I could not control it. And so now I've recognized what the cause of that anger was, and I'm able to manage that by, just stay away from people, watch a funny comedy, do something that makes you laugh, do something that makes you happy, do something that makes you feel like you're a kid again, like go skating or whatever, it didn't, the whole hormonal thing, the birth control thing did not work very well for me. So I ended up getting an IUD because it has less hormones in it. And I was able to lose weight easier on it because of the woman hormone was less. I also started taking a bunch of vitamins that help lower testosterone levels because my testosterone levels were super high, which is another thing that comes with PCOS. Mine were 10 times higher than your average 21-year-old male, where women are only supposed to have traces of testosterone, right? So I had 10 times more than your average 21-year-old male. 21-year-old males that's their peak of testosterone. That's when you peak. That's when a man has the most testosterone he's going to have for his life, right? That's what the doctor said. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I was told, okay? I had 10 times the amount of that. So for men, testosterone, you can higher your testosterone by working out, right? So for women, working out lowers your testosterone and depletes it and helps lower it down. So that's where fitness really played a big role for me. I still have weird levels. It goes up, it goes down. The other thing that helps lower testosterone is magnesium in certain doses. Another thing that has helped my PCOS hormones is fish oil, mecha root, which is another supplement I take for it. I'm trying to think of other ones that I take. Vitamin D is another good one, and folic acid. There's a lot. There's a lot of medications the doctors can try to give you. My problem is I didn't like the side effects. I didn't like the way that they made me feel. And for my mental health and my well-being, I needed to feel like something was working and that I was doing something right. So I studied up. I tried a lot of things that people said worked for them. And I did read a lot of articles that were such lies, right? PCOS is not curable. It cannot be cured. It does not just go away. So I did read some articles that were saying, oh, I cured my PCOS naturally. No, they did not cure their PCOS naturally. They manage it naturally now, but it is not cured. It's not gone. PCOS comes with a lot of symptoms. Not every woman with PCOS gets all the symptoms. I was one of the unfortunate ones that got a lot of them. Due to the testosterone levels, a lot of women can grow hair in weird places, like facial hair and chest hair and like weird stuff. That is not a symptom I really got too much. I mean, every woman gets a little hair. Like, you get baby hairs on your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, as you get older, that stuff happens, right? I know I'm not the only one that happens to. We've all had to wax parts of our face, right? So, but mine wasn't, like, a mass amount like people were talking about. But, you know, the bearded lady people talk about, I bet you she had PCOS, because that's how she was able to grow that beard. But, the testosterone, that's a symptom. High cholesterol, insulin resistance, cysts in the ovaries. There's just so much. Hair loss. Just feeling like not great. You know, weight gain, infertility. There's like so much. I'm trying to give you as much information as I can, and I like blank. But I am gonna start sharing more and more and more, and trying to give more information and make PCOS give more awareness about it, because there are women out there, and when I started out, I felt super alone. So 1 in 9 women have it. So 1 out of 9 women. So 10 women, one of those women is bound to have it. And it's something I kind of used to be ashamed of, which is so stupid. Like, that's really dumb, right? It's a health condition. It's not something I did wrong, but it made me feel like less of a woman. I can't make babies. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't lose weight. I have to work 10 times harder than your average person just to lose weight or like feel good about myself or whatever, right? And instead of feeling sorry for myself and sitting there in that like bad place, in that horrible space, I chose to embrace it and decide that, you know, because I produce testosterone, my muscle mass, that's going to be easy for me now. I can like build muscle a lot easier than the average woman now, so there's a perk. So I tried to look at the bright side. I mean, I know it's stupid, but like I had to find stupid, silly ways to like make myself feel better about the situation, because it is like a mental thing. Like, it can cause a lot of like depression and anxiety. And I mean, I used to call my sister crying. I have barely like been able to eat anything except for protein today, and I just want cake, and like I can't do nothing, and I'm still like way overweight and still haven't been able to lose any weight, and like struggled at the beginning, and I felt really alone, and I felt very misunderstood. Like, nobody understood what I was going through. And so I want to like put it out there so that other women can feel less alone in this, because it is hard to do this alone. Like, it's really, the struggle is for real. And all of these symptoms and all of the problems I had and the fight I had to fight led me to wanting to become a personal trainer, learn more about the fitness industry, and learn more about health and nutrition and like all of that, because it was only gonna help me progress and get better, right? And help me be able to help others. And I know what it felt like to struggle with weight loss, right? You don't have to have PCOS to struggle with weight loss. You can have all kinds of other issues, you know, and I wanted to be able to help others because I didn't have people to help me, you know. And growing up my whole life, I was very athletic, very into fitness. I kind of was self-taught in a lot of it. My grandfather used to like wake up and work out at like 2 a.m. every morning before he'd go to work. It was like a big family thing that we all like were very into fitness and very active. I played a lot of sports as a child, all of that. And so when I became overweight and I couldn't even play with my own son and do things because I was in so much pain all the time, my joints hurt, which is another symptom. of PCOS, which is so not fair. and it's not fair. It really isn't. But you can't sit and think of the negative. You gotta push through and try to get yourself in the right mindset as best as possible. Not stressing yourself out and really just going through the motions and doing the best that you can and being okay with doing the best that you can, even if you feel like that wasn't good enough for you, like it wasn't enough. You just need to know that, like, doing your best, that's what's important. You don't work out to look a certain way, right? We work out to be healthy. That is why you should work out. If you work out for the wrong reasons, you're not going to stick with it. You're not going to stick with it. There's not going to be any sort of discipline there, because you're just going to be like, oh, well, I want a six-pack. Once you got that six-pack, you're going to probably be like, I'm going to dial it down, and then you're going to lose it, and it doesn't stay. So you got to do things for the right reasons, especially when it comes to fitness. Like, you want to do it to be healthy. You don't want to look a certain way. I mean, everybody wants to look good, right? But if you do it for the right reasons, it sticks, it stays. The discipline is there. The dedication is there. The motivation stays around. And sometimes we have to do things we hate to get the results we want, right? So that's just life. But that is the story of how I was diagnosed. I am going to start sharing more and more information and give more awareness to PCOS. And if there's any women out there that have any questions, you are more than welcome to DM me, message me, ask anything that you want. I went from 198 pounds to 106, and now I'm at like 125 to 130. It fluctuates. I gained some of this weight on purpose because 106, I was a little too small. It was a little on the unhealthy scale, to me anyway. I wanted to build some muscle, and so I did. About 5 to 10 pounds of this weight is not what I was really wanting to do, but trial and error. So that's the story I decided to share, and I plan on keep sharing, and I want to maybe even start like a podcast or something, bring more awareness to it. But if anybody has any questions, ask away. I am more than happy to answer. And that's as like much information as I could pack in here as I think I could. I hope that was enough for everybody, but have a good day. And any of you have PCOS out there, just stay strong, ladies. You got this. You're like the true warriors, all right?